bringing you some more power people. Man, I hope y'all ready for this power, man. We about to go live. Oh man, I've been noticed this next guest. I've been noticed the potential. I've been noticed the power. You know, how some people when you meet them, you feel, you know what I mean, like there's movement. You feel kinetic energy, right? And then it's like you might not be able to piece it to exactly what it is, but it's just the energy. There's some motion. So I was like, man, what she got going on? You know, I know she wear many hats, right? And we're gonna discuss them all here tonight. Um, man, we got a lot in store for you guys. We titled this live Spiritual Enlightenment because this power person that I'm bringing to you all has been on a spiritual journey intentionally, right? And again, we're going to discuss all of those great things tonight. And it's just been awesome to be able to see her progress, see her journey unfold, and it's always a good thing if I learn. I'm always improving. So I learned just from having a conversation with this person as well. Without further ado, I would like to bring on to you my next guest, Miss Tonyelle Bryant. Yes. What's up? What's up?
What's up, Trey? I'm back here cheesing.
What's up, Tony?
Beautiful introduction. I would definitely say that it was wonderful to hear. It's always good to hear people say positive things about you. So thank you.
Likewise, likewise. You make it easy to do. I've been paying attention. I've been peeping, seeing a lot of what you got going on, and I'm just excited to be able to just have this conversation with you myself.
Right, absolutely. Just knowing you myself, I'm like, this would be a great power move. As you like an awesome power move. So it's a pleasure just being on your platform and being able to use my voice in a way to help people, however that is, whatever's being said, my story, my journey, just being able to help people.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. And you've already been using your voice. For one, only your voice could tell your story. And you've been doing just that. And I've been seeing the motion behind that. And when I saw it, we kind of discussed things off camera. When I saw it initially, I was like, oh man, I had all these ideas. I'm like, man, this, that. But I was like, hold on, let her unfold her own, let her blossom,
Let her
right?
let her cook.
Let her cook, bro. Let her cook. I was like, yo, let her do it. And I just had sat back and watched. I became a viewer and I was like, yo, look at that thing taking off.
Wow. Wow. It's all I can say, wow. It's amazing when people see your potential, and
Yeah.
because there are a lot of people that believe that you can't go off potential, but it's good to recognize that a person got potential, but they also have um, the intelligence to move on their potential. Because there's a lot of people that have potential, but not a lot of people move on that potential. So it's good to know that people like she gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. See, uh, and quick, yeah, we're gonna have a few side notes. Quick side note, right
Uh-huh.
quick. The reason why we can't go off of potential alone is because everybody possesses potential. But
Yeah.
what are you going to do with it? Are you going to tap into it? Are you going to actually put this out there? Like, are you going to be willing to try? Everybody's not willing to try. So it's great to acknowledge potential. Everybody has potential. Everybody doesn't always acknowledge it, but it's always there. So that's a little side note of why you can't just focus on potential. But I saw your ambition as well. Your ambition, your drive to want to do.
Hmm.
Like you was always doing something.
Yeah.
I'm big, we here at AIM, we say we can't have community without communication.
I-
And you was one who communicates. You actually communicate.
Thank you, Trey. Thank you. And look, I don't mean to go off topic, but I'm this is more about the chat or whatever. I see Todd in the chat. Can I
Yes.
say to her?
Yes.
Okay, hey Todd.
This is your show,
I
please.
can't
Anybody
see every
commenting? Everything.
also I'm in the participation box. Do I exit out that or I stay in that?
I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been on the other side.
Oh, I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm gonna just keep it how it is.
I
Okay.
bet. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We excited to go live as well. Thank you all for being here. Everybody that's here, anybody that's here that's new to the page, go ahead and subscribe now. We're gonna be doing much more content like this. Big fan of Tony's. Anybody from my page, subscribe to her YouTube, the Tony B Talk Show. See what she got going on over there, and let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
I've
Before
been smiling since this morning when you text me.
yeah, you got to see how I work behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no cap when I'm a morning person. It's like it probably looking like 6 a.m.
No,
Like,
no, no, no. That's good time, man. I be up. I'm just like you. The earlier the better. Get it out.
yeah.
Because if I wait till 12 o'clock to tell you anything, you're not gonna hear from me. With 6 in the morning, you would
Mhm.
definitely hear from me.
I'm there. I'm
Right.
up and ready. Ty said, "Hit the like button. Don't be a ninja watcher. We see.
You know what I'm saying? I can't I
We
keep coming in the chat, but I can't. It's kind of blurred out because I'm on the other side. So
see." Bet I got you. I'll be reading the comments as we go.
okay,
All right. And everybody who is here, anybody who's watching from Facebook, Instagram, anywhere other than
it's on
YouTube, if you
Facebook.
it's on Facebook too.
Oh my
It's on Facebook too. We on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on YouTube on two
God.
separate
Oh, that's
platforms.
so sweet. Okay, that's cool.
I told you we could talk, we could do some things, man.
Okay, okay, that's so.
But
You got to put me on to this.
I told you I'm a viewer. I got a whole lot of knowledge I
Yeah.
want to give, but it's only when you're ready. So ask me any questions that you got off
Oh,
camera, on camera, whatever. Ask me any questions you got. I got you.
I'm coming for you.
Let's do it. So yes, anybody who's watching from any other platform other than YouTube, come over to the YouTube so you can see your comments. We can respond to you directly and live.
Yeah.
And just for that, real quick, we got two people that I seen comment and say, "Hey" on Instagram.
Oh.
Hey Tony,
Hey, who
you
is
know
it?
what I mean? They probably, I don't know if you know them. They my people,
Oh, okay.
but it's all love.
Yeah.
They probably you probably get a few
Hello,
followers.
everyone.
You know what I mean? So let's get into it, man. I'm excited. You ready?
Of course.
So what you sipping on? What you sipping on?
Oh, so I'm fasting. I'm doing a 7 day fast, and
Nice.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I actually have a few videos that I posted on my YouTube channel where people can tap in and get some knowledge. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's super loud. Where knowledge about fasting and praying to have that breakthrough release. But I have all natural fruit juices. This is as far as I can go on my fast. So yeah, that's what I have right here. It's good too.
Shout out to you. So we already rolling, man. So, Miss Tonyelle, who are you? Who is Tonyelle Bryant?
Tonyelle is fearless, spontaneous.
Yes.
She's very loving, open, honest, loyal, intelligent. She's
Mm,
knowledgeable. She's creative. She's God fearing. She's brave. There's nothing I'm afraid of. You know, I mean, of
mm,
course, if a bear is chasing me, but in the world, I'm not afraid of speaking, and I'm not afraid of telling the truth. I would consider myself a truth teller because I don't do well with lies.
mm.
So that's just a little bit about Tanya. But Tony is a whole different person.
Who is Tony?
Tony, you know how people create these alter egos.
Hmm.
I think Tony is the alter ego of Tanya. She's more. Um, it's hard to say. They're both the same person. They definitely both the same person. But I think Tony can be a little bit more blunt than Tanya. When I'm in Tony mode, I can be a little bit more blunt, especially when I have to get my point across to non-believers. I
Mm.
have to be more, a little bit more stern.
Non-believers of what exactly? Of the message at hand? Non-believing of you? Of what exactly in that moment?
That is a great question. You know, non-believers of me, when people don't believe in me, when I know I believe in myself, I have to be
Mm,
more blunt. Non-believers of the creator, you know,
mm,
when I have to adjust the conversation and allow people to understand like we do have a divine creator. I have to get more blunt with them because, you know, some people just stuck in their own mindset.
mm.
So in different cases, you know, I have to bring that side out.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha. You know, it's funny because I got a lot of nicknames, right?
Yeah.
And almost every workplace I get a different nickname or
Really.
people want to, yeah. So the main three is not really a nickname. The first one is Pratt. A lot of people know me as Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
That's more the, I guess, the Pratt more professional.
Okay.
But I'm also known as Giggles, and I'm also known as Smiley.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Why was I never introduced to any of those people?
Because you got Trey. The people
Okay.
that know Trey don't play. We
Okay.
joke, but Trey don't play. So those that know Smiley, they think, oh, he ain't gonna say nothing, he ain't gonna do nothing. And then it's like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
said what? Hmm.
So I can really relate to that. To, you know, just being a happy, bubbly person because that's
Hmm.
my personality. People would take that as a weakness and try to play with you. So
Hmm.
definitely resonate with everything that you just said.
I, it's funny. I used to be a bully, right? I
Okay.
used to be a bully, and that was because I thought, you know, growing up, I thought that you had to be the tough guy. You have to be the fighter. Like you had to be fighting all the time. So I used to pick fights and fight all the time, to the point where I was actually just being a bully,
Uh,
messing with people that didn't want to, you know, that wasn't even doing anything. Um, but then once I acknowledged like this ain't even me, like yeah,
yeah.
I remember the moment I was like, yo, I was bullying somebody, I did something horrible, shouldn't have done. Then I was exact in the exact moment I was like, yo, my bad, bro. Like, that ain't me. And then it like completely I went to the other side and then I started bullying the bullies.
Why can't
So
I relate to that? I used to be a bully too. That's so crazy.
yeah, you look mean.
Really? I look like I'm mean.
Yeah, from somebody who knows, yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
I know what's behind the smiles. Don't
Right.
worry. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean?
That's so
so
funny.
so I started bullying the bullies. So it's funny, like I'll be the one in the workplace that tell or guide the ones that's like
Right.
very passive. I'd be like, nah, you better stand up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it coming from me, it encourages them.
Right.
And then like other people be like, yo. Yeah, and then it just a lot of times it creates more chaos than it should, but it's
Yeah.
appropriate for the moment, if you ask me. That's a sidebar.
Yeah, you definitely have to take you definitely have to encourage people these days to stand up for themselves because
Mhm.
that's important. You know, use your voice. You don't always got to fight or be aggressive about it. Use your voice. Your voice is power. Your voice is
Boom,
power.
boom, boom. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I remember I remember talking to you. You said that you are the light.
Yes.
So that's a part of you. You're fearless, you're spontaneous, you're God fearing, you're honest, you want the truth. You also got that alter ego, Tony, who's a little bit more blunt, but you honed in when we was discussing this, you honed in on being the light. Can you explain what that means?
Yes. So they always say light attracts darkness
Hmm.
because people gravitate towards positivity even when they're negative.
Mm,
Being the light, you lead people in that direction, even if they're not ready for it, even if they want to stray away. The light really helps people open up their perspectives, open up and realize that it's more to what it is that you see life as.
hmm,
Because they're really attracted to you because you have an abundant mindset, or you got this light to you where you don't take things, you go through challenges, right?
mhm,
We all do. But the people that are stuck in darkness, they get stuck there. But the ones that
mm,
are in light, that moves them to want to like do better, to want to move up levels, to want to not be stuck in that wilderness and just allow the situation to drown them, if that makes sense.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So how did you discover this light about yourself? How did you become the light, the beacon, this lighthouse
Right.
for
Right.
those in the dark?
Um Over time, I started noticing that even when things were chaos, I still had peace inside.
Mhm.
Even when things wasn't going the way that I planned, there was still a part of me that felt joy and
Mm,
felt happiness. And of course, I couldn't understand it, being young and just being happy and being bubbly and things.
mhm,
And I think as I started to mold into my true self and just be more authentic to my path and to myself, I started realizing who I really was. It was like that spiritual awakening that
mm.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, I'm gonna add on here,
Okay,
if I may.
of course.
You don't become the light by avoiding the dark.
Mm, definitely don't. Gotta go through. Gotta go through it.
You
You
had to
gotta.
go through
They say you gotta see it through, my boy.
it.
You gotta see it through.
Got to, man. You don't become the light without avoiding the dark, avoiding the dark. That's why those that I see that has personalities like me, you, and Taj, all of us who are like this bubbling personalities, I know from experience, I know that you've been through some things, but it
Yeah,
didn't break you.
right. Because in the dark is where you build character. In the dark,
Hmm.
you build that perseverance. In the
Mm,
dark is where you recognize how to make it to the light. But if you get stuck there, you just stay dark, and then everything becomes dark, and then you just darken everybody's world, which means you're building the kingdom of darkness.
mm. Speak.
Yeah. Unintentionally.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. See, and that's coming from the light. This is
Yeah.
why this live is called spiritual enlightenment. You
Yeah.
also said, and we ain't gonna stay right here, but this is gonna tie into the rest of the interview. You also said you're a God fearing woman. What does that mean?
That means that I do everything I can to live righteous and to live in alignment of who God is designing me to be.
Hmm.
I fear going off of that path. There's
Hmm.
no going back because going off of that path would lead me back into the darkness. I'm trying to stay in the light. So I, seriously, I fear, not you know what they say, karma is a, so
Hmm.
I don't want to do things to people that's going to cause negative karma on me. So I
Hmm.
set good standards to people, even if they're not the nicest to me. I'm still my true kind self.
Yeah.
So yeah, I truly just feel fear not being on the path that I know that I should be on, or the path that was designed for me to be on, because everybody's journey is different. Even when it's hard, even when I want to give up, I have that fear of, man, if I go back, I'm just going to keep attracting the things that I don't want in my life. So that's what God fearing gets to me. It's not.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because some people get the impression that fearing God means you have to be afraid of him. No, you should be afraid of what will happen if you don't have him in your life. Yeah. Hmm.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Yes, because
I
I'm those.
love
I'm like, man, don't get so caught on the word and that you missed the word. And that was one of the things that led me astray. Like my uncle's a pastor. I would talk to him.
it.
I
Mhm.
would talk to the other pastors of different churches I would go to and all, and they couldn't explain that to me until I had my life coach,
Mm,
uh, my mentor, uh explained it a little better. He was like, I said, it's some words that throw me off, like fear of God. Why should I be afraid of the one that I love? Why am I fear? He said, take that word fear and change it to respect. He
mm.
said, change it to respect. And
I,
that put things in perspective for me, because that's why I asked about that, like God fearing. I'm not afraid of God. I want God. I love God. I'm running to God. Why would I be afraid of him? But that puts it in perspective.
it does. And I hope that puts in perspective to a lot of people, because, right, you should want to respect them, especially your
Hmm.
want to be respectful to your creator. You shouldn't want to kill, murder, steal. You shouldn't want to go down that path. You should
Right,
be in alignment with your true who you truly are, who you was truly designed to be.
right.
Yeah, I love that. To respect God. It's not God fearing, but I respect him. I love that.
I love it too. So Tony, what do you do? What is your passion? What is your purpose? Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and get into it.
So, as you said in the introductory, I do a lot of things. I'm an art teacher. I'm an
Mm,
artist. I have my own talk show right now. I'm a loctician. I do
mm.
hair. I make juices. I work out. I do I really do anything that feeds my soul. And right now I'm getting more into gardening. That has been one of my true passions right now. Gardening,
Yes.
learning about holistic healing, and going down the path of becoming an herbalist. So I'm excited
Yes.
about that.
I
And
gotta plug you in with who I said I was gonna plug you in with too. Man,
definitely,
I ain't
definitely.
gonna forget.
And you said, what's my purpose?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that my purpose is really to help people. I
Mm,
love helping people, whether that's financially, whether that's advice, whether I can point you in the direction of someone else. helping you. I really just love serving people because I find it so beautiful that I can just it doesn't even matter who the person is or what they have going on. I find it so beautifully that I can just open up my heart and serve this person and take the judgment away from who they are or what they have been through or what they're going through currently, and
Mm,
still provide to them, provide for them and whatever they need.
mm.
Yeah, I love that about myself. Like that's never going to change about me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I love that too. So what I learned is, did we cover your passions?
Passion. Um, I'm definitely passionate about children.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
I'm passionate about children. I love children. Um, working with children has helped me have a more larger perspective because I look forward to learning from them. I think we miss this, that there's so much that we can learn from children. Instead of us feeling like because we are the adults, we know everything, there has been
Mhm.
so much things that children have taught me. They, when I was an art teacher, they taught me how to play. They taught me how to play. Was it chess or checkers? What is it? This chess, not checkers. Chess. They taught me how to play chess, and I started crushing them. It was it was over. They stopped liking me. Once I caught on, once I
Yeah,
caught on the game and I really started to comprehend it, oh, it was they was done. They were done. And that's what I love because they don't have a problem with teaching you
mm.
anything you want to know that they know.
Man, children are pure spirited. They are open. They are willing to learn. They're willing to do. They're willing to try. They
Yeah.
don't have that spirit of fear instilled in them that life beats into us. Uh,
Yeah.
they don't. They don't hold themselves back. They're
Right.
not easily ashamed or embarrassed. So they,
Yeah. It's just goofy selves.
I love it. I love it, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, make your noises, do your thing, bro. It's me too. Like,
Yeah.
you
Because we
know what I'm
all just
saying?
kids at heart, for real. We
That's
just,
what I'm talking about.
yeah, we just big kids, you know?
That's what I'm talking about. You should definitely keep that about you. Like your light dims if you don't have that inner child about you. If you're not keeping your imagination flowing,
Ooh.
then you're not active in your creativity. And
Yeah.
that's we're made in God's image. He's a creator.
Yeah.
You're a creator. Like you're supposed to keep that creative flow about you.
Yeah, and we should be ashamed that we try to take that away from kids because they
Hmm.
need that to strive and to be focused, especially in today's society today. Just straying them away from that imagination and them true selves is dangerous
Mm,
because they are our future.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Agreed.
yeah.
So uh you said you do art in many forms. What about art?
You
That's
go.
you?
You barely see it. That's me though. Well, it's not technically me, but I made it. I guess that's
Yeah, yeah. So what about art speaks to you?
art is the art that I do
Mhm.
speaks to me because it's different and it makes you want to expand and kind of orchestrate more of your creativity. So when I first started doing art, it was therapeutic to the journey that I was on. I needed that. I needed that to kind of cope with all the chaos that was going on in my life. I
Mm,
needed that to be able to release these emotions and these feelings that I had, and it just all blossomed together through art. But when I first started, I kind of didn't have a style. I was kind of just doing whatever I seen on YouTube that I thought was kind of beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't like copying. I've never been a copycat. I do not like copying people. I like to be original with everything that I do. I don't copy anyone. Not style, not the way they look, not the way they talk. I do not copy people. So I had this deep desire to want to have like my own style and to want to kind of do my own thing. And that's kind of when I came across resin paint. And it really took off. It really, really took off because it was just so beautiful. I could create things the way that I see them. And
Mm,
now someone else sees them because you have some people that do only celebrity paintings. I ain't want
mhm.
to be me. And that's what I love. I love that I didn't have to compare my style to anyone else's.
I love it too. I love it too. So, you use art as an expression, a form of expressing yourself.
Yes.
Um, Apparently, you have an eye for beauty. You love things that are beautiful.
Yes.
Right.
Love making people feel beautiful.
There we go. So that goes into the hair, right?
Yeah.
So how you get into becoming a loctician?
This requires someone to be a part of my story. That's kind of, but I
You
had a
don't know?
who had locks, and he didn't want to go to anyone else to touch his hair at the time. So I learned, and I always make it my duty to learn things that I don't know to, I'm saying, to serve the person that I'm with.
Hmm.
Serve the person that I'm with. So
Grow together.
and then from there, it kind of was like, oh, somebody seeing his hair. Who did your hair? Oh, yeah, my girl did my hair. Da 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 da. So I just kept it going. Been doing locks for about 5 years now.
Mm.
Yeah. So
And, and you said that makes people, you like to make people feel beautiful. That makes people feel beautiful.
yeah, getting your hair done is like self care. Just like a man, his haircut is everything. Lining
Everything.
your hair up, looking nice, smelling good. It's the same for other people because sometimes people will go a long, long time without getting their hair done. So now they're looking for someone that can really bring out their face structure or their
Mm.
eyes, someone who has eyes.
Bring me back to life, boss. Bring me back
Yeah.
to life.
Men, they started acting different when they get their hair cut.
Man, man. I was like, yo, my barber actually had to have surgery on his wrist. So he was out. He was like, I'm gonna be gone for at least a month, man. And I was like, okay, I could thug it out. And as soon as he hit me, he was like, I'm gonna be in the shop. Hey, say less, I'll be there.
You
I'll be
waited
there.
that whole month. I'm talking about pro crazy.
Yeah. That's when I was all scruffy. If y'all go back and look back, that's when I was all scruffy, man. But hey, thugged it out. But definitely the barber shop, the getting your hair worked on is definitely self care, and that's one of the main forms of self care that men actually indulge in. We're gonna make sure that we're presentable. You know what I mean?
And that's good. That's good. We should be presentable. Sometimes
Yeah,
we have to care about our appearance. And then there's some seasons where we just sitting it out, we thugging it out.
we thugging. You know what I'm saying? If you can still love the person in the mirror, sometimes they just needed a little boost, like just needed
Yeah,
a little clean up
yeah,
to be able to say, "Dang, you are handsome." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Women, even with children, a lot of children come to me. They have self image issues where
yeah.
they're not really too sure if they're cute or if they're beautiful. But once they get their hair done, they're just like, "Look what you did, Miss Tony. This is beautiful." The kids call me Miss Tony. "Damn, Miss Tony, this is so beautiful." And I just love the reaction of them knowing that it was always in you.
Mm,
Always in you.
this was your hair, baby girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that.
Thank you.
And you said you just want to help people. I discovered, and I say this now, is your passion is something that you can do and get self fulfillment. You fulfill with yourself,
Yeah.
focusing on your passion.
Agreed.
But purpose is in servitude. It's something that you do for others, something that you do for the world. It's outside of yourself that gets, fulfillment as well. I think that's a higher level of fulfillment, if you ask me. It's not, singularity. Um, so I think it's awesome. A lot of times we aren't able to connect the two.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome that you're able to find your passions
Mm,
and link the purpose with it, some
yeah.
type of servitude with your passions. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, because your purpose is going to always lead, like you said, lead you to that fulfillment, that self-fulfillment, or was it the passion that you said
The
today?
passion will get you to self fulfillment.
But the purpose that you have really drives you. It's a drive in me that wants to help people, because I will be a selfish person to see what is going on in the world and not want to bring my light to that. I would definitely be a selfish person, and I don't want to be selfish.
Mm,
It means I want to be selfless, because your purpose is what's going to bring your legacy.
yes.
It's going to bring your legacy. Mm. Oh, I love that.
I
Love
need to
that.
add to it. I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna add some more to those because I got some ideas. But again, we working.
Yeah.
Um, yes, man. That's what gives you ultimate fulfillment to me. Is being able to serve. That's our godly purpose. That's what God created us for. That's why I try to tell people you can't have community without communication, right? You're not like, I understand isolation. I understand, moments of self, discovery, being on your own identity journey and all of that stuff. But when you start to piece these puzzles together, when you start to figure stuff out, it's no longer just about you. It's no
No.
longer just for you. You got to start. Your
Yeah.
purpose is to give this away. It's to
Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah. It's bigger than you. It's bigger.
it's bigger than you,
Yes. Even
bro.
when you're parenting, how you parent is bigger than you. It's
Yes.
bigger than you, man. Everything is bigger than us.
Mm,
And we got to start realizing that when we go out here into the world, how do you want to be seen? How do you want people to know you by, or to how do you want people to represent you in a way? So
hmm
just like you said, even when you think people not watching, they watching.
They are.
They are.
They
So
are.
it's bigger than
Yes,
us.
indeed. It's bigger than us. Now you said within your purpose, you wanted to become a vessel, and there was a certain thing that if you wanted to disclose, you let me know. You know what I'm saying? What is it that you're preparing to do, if not already done, and what it means to be a vessel?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a vessel definitely makes me happy. Because it requires more of myself that I didn't know that was in me. And it's like, because I am a vessel of God, He's going to pull it out. He's going to make sure I pull it out. He's going to make sure again that I don't leave that light. But right now, I believe I was talking about studying to be a herbalist,
hmm
and that itself is a vessel to get people back into their natural state, to get people back into natural healing, to get people to understand, like, I even though, if you go check out my page, I did
hmm
part 1 and part 2 of our 7-day fast, where I touch on, there's so much chemicals that's being put in the foods. There's so much, programming that's being brought to us, and we don't know. And because we're stuffed
Mm,
inside mentally, we're stuffed mentally We don't know how to use our discernment to say no to things that aren't good for us.
Mm.
So it's like, even when it comes to gardening, like, it really just makes me feel good to know that I'm learning. Oh, I can plant this in this season. Oh, I can get a greenhouse and plant everything. I can have my own apple tree. You mean to tell me I ain't gotta go buy no more apples?
Come on. Come on, bro.
That
Do
right
any
there is just joy to my heart, to know that it's always been available to us. It's
like
always been available. So being a vessel really unlocked that knowledge and potential that you didn't know even existed.
mm,
Yes.
cause I know, and one of the most fond memories I have of childhood is
Uh-huh.
all of my uncles, grandma, all of the everybody house that I would go to. You literally would take a bag and you can
Mm-hmm.
go to each house and
Mm-hmm.
get a different crop. Like they got the pear tree, they got the apple tree,
Mm-hmm.
they got the pecans, they
Yes.
got the potatoes, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He got the cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions because those are always grown together. I'm gonna have to learn about that. But he
Yes.
got the,
Together.
you know what I'm
Very.
saying? It was just a beautiful time. Like I ain't have to we didn't worry about too much, when it came to the store. You go fishing and like, it was just a different time. And that's what I need to see. And I'm starting to see a lot more of it with the community gardens sprouting up.
Yes.
Um, I see the community gardens. I got different coworkers that got gardens. They'll bring some produce. Hey, I had a bountiful harvest this time. Anybody want some? Here it is. Stuff like that. But I love that. And I love that
Mhm.
connection with nature to be, Father God, Mother Nature, to
Yes.
be of connection. It is one is spirit. If you need to clear your mind, clear your spirit, you need
Ooh.
to nature. All
That,
right, because that
we
uh,
all know that. We
it-
all should know that.
we
Get what they say. You upset? Go get some sun. Go outside. You feeling depressed? Go into the sun. Go to the beach. Be outside. Like, that's how you know that's your true root. Where we came from. So many people are just stuck on doing things that their ancestors has done too many years ago, and life is just different. We can't go backwards. We have
mhm.
we have to continue to progress. So things are different. The soil is even different of how they're growing these foods. So yeah, just being able to learn that, and to learn different things. Just like you said, we can't have community without communication. If everybody in the community grew something, we would never worry about the grocery store again.
For what? For what?
We'll take them out of business, because once you start reading the labels on the food, you will understand that these people are poisoning us.
Mm,
Poisoning us. Your mind, your soul, everything about you is being poisoned.
mm. And nature is a spiritual detox.
It is.
Um, I recently learned about what tree hugging actually does to you. It's kind of like, oh, you're a hippie and all that stuff. But no, just being able to press up against a tree
Yeah.
literally balances, like, the whole proton electron. It literally gives you more protons than electrons. Like you're literally detoxing your energy,
Mm,
right? A tree is one of the only things that's actually rooted to the earth. They say, the bigger the tree, it possibly could connect to another tree through the roots all the
right.
way to the other side of the, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
Wow. Yeah.
so it's that type of stuff. You remember old phrases like just go get some fresh air. It's real.
No, seriously, it is. Get some fresh air. Get
Get
out
some
the house.
fresh air.
Get
Get
out
out
to
the house.
working from home.
Yeah, come on, man. You've been in that AC. Yeah, it's cold. It's cool. Okay, but you're creating a cave-like state. It's dark, it's cold, and when it's this dark and cold, it becomes moist. So you're
Mhm.
in a cave.
Yeah, and you become depressed. And people,
Yes.
why they are in these states of being. And all of that creates disease within the
Mm,
body. Mm. It does.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we got
And
to take accountability for our own lives because there's a lot of people that know but still don't care,
hmm
and it's not fair to your family or to the family that you're trying to create.
which brings me back to how you was talking about legacy.
Yeah,
When it comes to legacy and you attach that to
yeah.
how you're parenting your child, please pay attention to this, everyone. Because for some
Parenting
reason,
coach. Oh, I forgot to add that in my title. I'm definitely a parenting coach.
parenting coach,
Yeah,
hello.
I have a life coach certificate as a parenting coach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, indeed. No, you all good. It's your show.
Hmm.
So I remember how any adult, really, but my parents, my mom, my
Hmm.
grandmother, how did they talk to me? How did they, what did they allow me to do?
Hmm.
That plays a large role on how you are going to be as a parent yourself, as a adult, a functioning human being, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So acknowledging the effects of your childhood on your adulthood
Mhm.
should also connect and make you think about how you are
Yeah.
affecting this child, because that is, like you said, it's legacy. Like,
Yeah.
my grandmother isn't here, but here I am still mentioning her to this day. That's
Yeah.
legacy. It carries on. I remember the things that she taught me. I
Right.
remember her demeanor. I remember her posture, her everything. I remember those
Yeah.
things. I
Yeah.
I never forgot. I never will forget, and I imitate a lot of that to this day.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know.
That is so true. That is so true. And it's not really just legacy. Some of us are called to break generational curses.
Mm,
Starts within your family, with your kids.
mm.
Because, like I said, some people parent just how they were parent. And because of that, what are we putting, what type of boundaries and what type of lessons are we teaching our children when we're doing the exact same thing that someone did that hurt?
Come on now. The
We can't
same
do that.
thing.
We can't do that. We got to recognize that I'm called to break all of those chains. For real. Period.
Point blank.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yes, indeed, man. That's how it happens. You breaking these chains is you acknowledging, like, this didn't serve me well. Okay,
Right.
let's not continue doing it then.
Right, right, right. That's the important piece. And I think we was talking about this because we have to recognize that change behavior is not I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mm,
You got to recognize that saying I'm sorry is not change behavior.
there we
But
go.
actually changing the behavior is what creates a whole new door for you and that person. You don't just
Mm,
go back, keep doing the same thing after saying I'm sorry. At some point, that becomes manipulation.
come on now.
Yeah. So we have to learn how to change the behavior. Don't just say it, do it, show it, be.
Show it is real.
Whew.
Show me your love, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Show me your
Show
love.
me the love. What the chat saying? Somebody just posted something in the chat.
That's Big Tone. Big Tone says, "Hey y'all,
Big
Andre
tone.
Three Stacks."
Tone.
Yeah,
Tone we just worked out with.
yeah,
Oh, okay, what's up? It's so many
yeah.
Tonys out here.
Big Tone, gonna get you up on here too,
Yeah.
ain't it? It's a lot of y'all. Shoot, but there's only one Big Tone. There's only
Yeah.
one Big Tone.
Facts.
When you ready, big bro, I
Yeah.
got a spot for you, man. You gonna be up here too, okay?
Yeah.
When you ready, I won't push too much. But yes, Tony B, the light, the
Mm-hmm.
God fearing, the honest, the talk show host. Let's talk about the talk show.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Talk show, whatever questions that you have.
Okay, yes. So first and foremost, what made you do a talk show?
Right. So going back into that parenting,
Mhm.
there was just a lot of things that I've went through with my daughter because I had her pretty young. I was 15 years old when I
Mm.
had my daughter. And
Yeah.
there was just a lot of mistakes that I made. And when they get older and when they become teenagers, they hold it over your head, even when you're trying to do the best that you can. Even when you're doing everything to right your wrong. That because like you said, it's impactful. I remember what my mom did. I remember what my mom said to me.
Mm,
And I can't be mad that I did things that really impacted the self-esteem.
mm,
So I wanted to meet other parents just like me because oftentimes I felt alone. Like even
mm,
when I was trying my best to make it better, even when I would do everything that I could. I'm talking about even when I was a stay-at-home mom, couldn't work because I had to fix this.
mm,
I had to be here to fix this. And that was just part of my journey. And that was the most thing that I really desired was to have a better relationship with my daughter and to just understand her.
mm,
So I said, let me just start a community of people who may felt how I felt because I feel like even though I've been through a lot, I can still encourage. I can still uplift. I can still motivate. I don't care if I'm going through it today. Ain't no imposter syndrome. We
right.
doing we making it happen. So I was just like, let me just start a podcast. But then it got bigger. I'm like, no, I want a talk show. I
So
want a talk show.
let's we could be brief if you like, but let's let's delve into into the talk show. How did it? Well, you gave like the origin, but it started off as just for the single moms, but it expanded. So how did that look for you?
Right. So originally there was another name for it was like from mom to bro, where people just come on and just share. Of course, single moms, um, because I felt like that was my target market.
Hmm.
At the time, I felt like that was my target market. But then God told me it's bigger than that. If you name it the Tony B Talk Show, you can help a variety of people. Not just single moms, not just single dads, but even people who struggle with addictions, even people who go through their own life challenges.
Mm,
So this is where I understand that everything is always bigger than us. So I had to make it bigger. And I had to become bigger in the purpose of why I was doing it.
mm.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So
I love it.
it's been amazing, man. When I tell you that I enjoyed every moment of season one, besides editing, I
Editing is a hassle.
man, uh, I enjoyed it all. Just the people that I met, the people who felt comfortable in my presence to just be open and honest. They didn't have
Hmm.
to worry about me judging them or thinking less of them because they was going through this. I even had a lot of people that I spoke to on the phone that had like, man, beautiful stories, but I just couldn't help them recognize in that moment that it's beautiful. Even if you're
Mm,
going through it today, even if you're going through it and still going through it tomorrow, you have a beautiful story. But I
yes.
help them recognize that. So my purpose is to understand how can I help more people recognize their journey that they're on and help them feel more confident with sharing.
Can I give a point right there?
Sure.
Okay. What I had to learn is um
Can't make them. Oh, can't lead a horse to water.
yeah. Yeah, that phrase becomes more and more
Uh-huh.
true, and you're only allowed to help people as much as they allow you to,
Right. Right.
right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Going back to gardening,
Yeah.
our minds are gardens, and we must tend to our garden.
Ooh,
Okay, we
absolutely.
must tend to our garden, and
Absolutely.
what you are doing, even if they can't see it right then and there, you are planting the seeds
Yes, they
for
be back.
that harvest to grow.
They would be because I had some people was like, I wasn't ready. Just hearing other people's stories and realizing that it's safe. This is a safe space.
Mhm.
Created that safe space for both of us. And they was like, I wasn't ready then, but I'm ready now. I'm ready
Mm.
now. And I'm like,
Mm.
we on break, baby. Season 2 is on break. When you watching Netflix and you done with season 1, you don't just get season 2 right then and there. It takes
Come on.
time. It takes preparation. So
It's a show. It's
yeah,
a show,
yeah,
people.
yes, it's a right.
I love that because as a creator, you feel like you gotta be a certain type of consistent means daily, every day, every day, every day.
Right,
But you don't gotta be doing the same thing every day for it to be
right,
consistent.
right.
And if you was to be on a schedule, is what I had to learn.
Mm,
A schedule, you can be consistent with a certain schedule, and
mm,
that schedule doesn't have to be daily. It could be weekly, it
right.
could be every Wednesday, it could be every second Saturday, it could be,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
right.
You said that.
Right, absolutely. I 100% agree. We don't have to. Some people feel like they got to work hard every day, and I'm like, no. There's seasons for different things, and one season you're gonna have to take a rest. You're gonna have to get one out. You can't go hard every day, but it does not mean that you're not creative, and the seeds that you are planting are not going to blossom.
Yeah, man. She's
Yeah.
speaking to my spirit, bro, because I be feeling it. Y'all see me, I'm in work mode, and
Right.
I'm looking, I'm like, "Man, I really just wanna play the game."
Man, take the break. Take the mental break. You owe it to yourself.
Uh,
It's not laziness. It's just the fact that okay, I've
it's
worked hard consistently for a whole month.
mm,
I can take a few days off to enjoy myself. That's one thing about me. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to take breaks from art, from podcasts, from hair, whatever it is that I need to get my mental back together. I'm going to take that break.
yeah, man. It's self-acknowledgement, it's self-awareness.
Yes.
It's self-awareness, and I really had to work on that. If y'all look in the description, one of the things that helped me with this is the AIM 24-hour calendar. You can get that. It's just $1,
Ooh,
and it's a PDF. You all could download that. It's in the description. What I created that because like I said, I'm active. So I feel like I need to be doing something at all times. Anytime I sit still is time wasted. If
yeah.
I don't know what to do with my time, if I
Right.
don't see what I'm doing with my time, I
Right.
started documenting and planning out my time. And I realized I got an hour that I could give to me. If I've been up for 20 hours in a day, right? If
Yeah.
I've been up for 20 hours in a day and
Right.
18 of those hours have been active,
Mm,
busy work, right? Then
yeah.
shouldn't I be able to give myself at least 1 hour?
Ma- Absolutely, you should. As self care. Yes. People forget to take care of themselves. Take care of yourself. Whatever that
Mm,
looks like for you, take care of yourself. Like I went to the nail salon, just got my toes done. The boy ain't even doing
mm.
right. But you know what? I still enjoy I still enjoyed that I went out and took care of my toes, my feet.
Absolutely, absolutely. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That workout, that group workout we do, a lot of people go into working out with that mentality of punishing self. But
Yeah.
it's actually for once you start getting results, you realize how big of a reward it is. Like
Yeah.
that's a major part of self-care too. And
I,
it feels really good to feed my body. That's feeding my body, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yes, and knowing, and I think what's most important, even when it comes to working out, is and getting those results, is keeping those results. Because oftentimes we get the results and then we revert back into those old habits,
Mm-hmm.
and we back at square one where we got to do it all over again. So what's important is making sure that the habit and the results stick.
Mm,
Yes.
there you go. We
Mhm.
talked about being a vessel. Your body is the vessel that carries the spirit.
Yeah.
So you must take care of this car that's going to get you down this journey of life.
Yes. Absolutely. Yo, you go get an oil change. How many times?
Hmm.
You got to do the same thing for your body and your mind. You got to detox. You got to cleanse. You got to go through the motions. You got to treat it the same. You have to.
You got to turn it off at night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
You got to put it in park sometimes. Be still. You got to, hey,
Right.
hey,
That's
that's a
so.
good analogy. That's a good analogy. So, Tony B, I'm loving this. I am loving this.
Me too.
Tony B, what was the aha moment uh for, I want to say all of the above, but we'll be specific. What was the aha moment? What was the switch? What happened that led you to this spiritual enlightenment?
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Numerous of things, of course, because there's always something going on in our life. What I would
Hmm.
say really, really did it for me was a toxic relationship
Hmm.
that I knew I shouldn't have been in, but for some reason, I could not get out. I did not have the strength of my own to get out, to leave.
Mm.
And it didn't, and I think this is what I noticed about men. It didn't suck the life out of me like it would have did anybody else. You know how some people just be depleted, they look like what they
Hmm.
went through. It
Mm.
didn't do that, and I think that's what made it more toxic, because he like, how is she still going? How is she still alive right now? How is she make? I done gave her my best. I didn't gaslight her. I didn't manipulated her. I didn't abuse her. How is she still going? And
Mm.
it was like that one. It was like that one time I was like, oh my God, I got to get away from this person. So I go
Mm.
to the spiritual store. I'm
Okay.
like, look, I got this toxic person. He's stalking me. He watching me. He won't stop. He won't leave me alone. He harassing me every day. What do y'all have for this? And they gave me like a spiritual cord cutting, where you can supposedly cut the cord between you and this person. So you take a spiritual bath, and it supposed to washes everything away about that person,
Mm.
supposedly. Um, so of course I did it, and I felt powerful at first doing it, but then
Hmm.
I got dragged right back. I'm like, I'm like, no, no, no. And when this person, I literally counted, when this person slept in front of my house for 8 days,
Mm.
I prayed. I said, you know what? I'm going to God. That like God should have been my first choice.
Hmm.
But I was like, I'm going to God. I'm going straight to God. I'm like, ooh, I got on my knees.
Yes.
And I started praying. I'm like, God, please, if you save me from this, I will do whatever you want me to do. Whatever you tell me to do. And when I tell you, God come through with his promises,
Come on.
he comes through. He removed that person. He removed, all I had to do was know that I have the power enough to say no. I have the power now because I have the strength, because I asked for it, to say no, to walk away, and I'm going to be protected. Man, that was like a powerful, when he stood on his promise, I
Mm.
stood on my commitment to making sure that whatever I go through in life, I'm gonna come to you first. Mm. Whatever.
That's it.
Yes.
That is it, man. That is it. See, a
Yeah.
lot of people get into dark places, and I tell people now, I say, don't put God in a box, right?
Yeah.
And of course, be
Right.
careful of what you ask for, be careful of what you pray for,
Right. Right.
because everything that you pray for, God has already bestowed upon you. You just got to get to it.
Yeah. For real. You really
He
do.
already heard you, right? He heard you the first time. You're like, all right, that's over there, but you
Right.
gotta, you gotta go over there.
Yeah.
So
And
I
you have a
love
part
that.
to play. And what it is, when you ask God for something, you have a part to play. You can't
Mm,
just keep asking, 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 and just doing whatever it is that you want to do.
mm,
No, because you're gonna miss the instructions. You're gonna miss the important lessons that come with what it is that you're asking for. And that's just as important, to not just really asking, but to really hear what it is that he wants you to do, that to how you can move into this thing, how you can start seeing the results that you're looking for.
mm,
mm.
mm,
Man,
mm, mm,
and just to kind of touch based on the conversation, I remember
mhm,
God made the promise that he was going to remove this person out of my life. I remember walking out my front door feeling so much joy because one, I did not see the car, and
mm,
two, I did not see this person. And it's been over a week, and I just felt so at peace. And I was like, I can breathe again.
mm.
This person wanted to smother me. I can breathe again.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Can't
Don't
just
I
be
know
doing
it?
that now. That was an important lesson in that. Can't just be doing that.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah,
can't handle all of this beauty. You know
you
what I
you feel me? I'm
mean?
crazy. It was it was like you watching my house because you want to see something you really don't want to see.
Mhm.
To make you upset or to make you feel disappointed or to make you feel like your perspective that you've been projecting on me this whole time is right.
Yep.
Whew. Mm-mm-mm.
No,
Glad
I
I.
love it.
Yeah.
I I love it because I love how you put some weight on God.
Yes.
I don't think like everybody has their own relationship with God, their own connection with God. We understand who God is. God is the one, the creator, the most high. But until you put weight on God,
Mhm.
show me is real. If you want me to, hey,
Yeah.
show me, get me
Yeah.
out of this,
Yeah.
like
For
make
real.
this happen, make this move. Like
Make him
I
stand on
don't
his
see,
words. Absolutely.
yes.
I even recite to him some Bible scriptures. God, you said
Hmm.
it's biblical. You said. So so if I know I'm doing my part, then
Mhm.
I know he's going to do his.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
triple fold. And
Yes.
triple fold. And I love how you explained how you tried to handle it in
Mhm.
multiple ways and you
Yeah.
just was not getting that result.
Nah.
Sometimes you really do just gotta let go and let God.
He wouldn't let anything else work. Because he knew that if he helped me out of this, he was going to get all the praise.
Mm,
He was going to get everything that he's getting right now from me. He already knew that. And some people, and I think we just touch base on um conversation that we had when some people can look so deep into this whole thing that they miss the message because some
yeah.
people believe that God is a he. Some people believe he got a mom or some things like that, for the skeptical believers, he, she, it, whatever, it's everywhere. It's within
It's
your
infinite.
garden, it's everywhere.
It's infinite, man. It's an infinite being. Don't try to bring
Yeah,
that finite to the infinite being, okay?
yeah. For those who think that I may not know, I know.
It's
That was
the laugh after. Well, what was the aha moment? What was the switch that led you to well, you kind of explained the
Yeah,
hair and the art. Well,
right.
what was I just want to know more about you, man. Like what was those pivotal moments in life? Like that's major. First of all, shout out to you for
Thank
being
you.
able to get out of that situation. There
Yes.
are those who have a different story.
I'm willing
uh,
anyone who is in a domestic violence relationship. I'm telling you right now, your biggest source is God. Your
mm,
biggest source is God. And if you do not believe me, you need to check my YouTube where I have a testimony sharing what God has done for me. And if you need more proof, contact me because I don't like seeing my women go down like this. We can't. We got to
absolutely.
fight back. We got to fight back.
Absolutely, man. I love that because I'm in the same realm where like I'm all for the community
Right.
and I target the guys
Mm-hmm.
prior to because any guy that gets to that position
Mm-hmm.
is like you're out of body right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're so out of sync with self
Yes.
that you are actually acting out of self. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So I love to get in tune with my guys. I go target the guys because yes, I understand that things get hard. It get
Yeah.
rough, man. I understand that. I understand that sometimes, the words cut deep. They say sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words are never bullshit.
Yeah.
Words
Oh
hurt.
yeah. Bullshit.
Them
They
words
hurt.
cut
They
deep.
hurt.
You know what I'm saying? They leave
They
wounds
hurt.
that they never healed yet. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Very
So
serious.
hey, and when you in the heat of the moment, that's why I emphasize communication because when you with the right person, even if y'all arguing, even if y'all in a heated debate or whatever, even if y'all get to that level, is there still respect there? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you willingly gonna just call me out my name? Are you
Right.
willingly, you know what I'm saying? Are you now to the point where you're trying to belittle me? Like you said,
Mhm,
mental manipulation. Now you're just trying to belittle me. Are
mhm.
we really gonna sit here and tally who did what when
Right.
we supposed to be doing all of this for each other anyway? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Exactly.
saying? This communication runs deep, man. It's
Yeah.
it's more than just talking and listening. It's actions too, you know.
Facts. And
So
allowing yourself to be vulnerable. A lot of people don't like to be vulnerable enough to open up about what hurts them.
come
The
on, man.
real core. They don't like to talk about their insecurities. And if you're with someone, that should be your safe space to know that you can open up. I
Come
would
on.
I would hate for a man to be with me and he can't be vulnerable. No, I'm creating this space for him to be vulnerable. Cause who else you gonna be vulnerable
Hmm.
with?
Hmm.
It starts here in the house, in the relationship, in the home. So we gotta know we gotta create spaces for people to be able to pour out what it is that they feel.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Gym. A
yeah,
gym.
dropping jewels.
That is it. Because like you said, out of your insecurity, my guy,
Hmm.
and I'm leaning towards the fellas because that's most of the domestic violence that I know about or that's been shown or that I had to intervene in is man and woman. And it's usually a guy who is going to that extent. Not to say that there isn't trust and believe. A lot of women are putting their hands on these guys and they feel like they supposed to just take it. That's wrong too.
That's
You
very.
don't have to take it. You don't have to take that. Even if it don't hurt, it hurts you. It does damage mentally.
It
It
does.
does, even if it don't hurt you the same way. Trust and believe, bro. And I
Yes.
understand that the judicial system is set up for us to fail, fellas. I understand all of that. That's why I target the guys because I've been through a lot of this stuff. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
I've been through some things, so
Yes.
um, I can relate. I could
One
talk to
day you
you
gonna
all.
let one of us interview you, man. We gotta hear more of Trey. We gotta hear more of Sally. You gotta let one of us interview you.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Y'all, hey, if y'all here at the page, go check out the playlist. You go look at interviews. I've been on a few other platforms, so
Okay.
yeah,
Nice, nice.
check it out. And
Love it.
I'm open to joining somebody else's live, somebody doing an interview with someone else as well. As soon as also yourself, I'm open to doing an interview with you as well.
Yes. Yes. Love that. I got you. I got you. It's in the works.
It's in the works, bro.
The work.
Put a pin in it. But that's why I target the fellas is because uh we're so
Mm,
we're so shown so
right.
harbored in that the man doesn't have no emotions, all he does is work. And it's like, bruh, that's no, we was just talking about it, self-awareness.
Right.
Like you still need to be able to rest. You need to be able to do things and express your creativity and your playfulness and your imagination. You need to still be able to do things that make you feel good outside of just working, because trust and believe, working makes you feel good. I
It
love
does.
working. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted, but what else am I gonna work on? I can't just work in one area. You mind, body, and spirit. So I need to be working on all of these things. I
Right.
need to be feeding my soul. I need to be if I need rest, rest is a part of the work.
Right. It is.
Like
Seriously, it is. Rest is a part of the work.
rest is a part of the work. And when, like I said, you just out of tune,
Mm,
if a guy's out of tune, what I'm saying, then he
mm.
starts to beat himself up and he starts to think low of himself. And then, like you said, it seems like you start to find ways to actualize that. And
Yeah.
now you want to use other people, and not just guys, people do this a lot. You
Yeah.
want to use other people to lash out on to
Yeah.
lash out about your own insecurities, but blame other people for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like it's somebody else's fault. No, even if somebody did call you out, even if somebody did come at you personally,
right.
the reason why you took it personal is because to the core, you believe it to be true.
Mm. And the lack of emotional intelligence.
Hmm.
Emotional intelligence is so important to help us stay balanced
Hmm.
with situations like this. If we're not emotionally intelligent, we're going to act off emotions.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
We can't be out here acting off emotions, man. We can't be doing that. As you can see, the world is chaotic now because a lot of people aren't emotionally intelligent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's profitable for you not to be.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. It's profitable for you not to be. So they don't want you to be.
Yeah.
That's why they're poisoning the food. That's
Mm,
why sex sells. That's why money, money, money. That's
mm,
why you're not a man unless this list of things. That's
right.
why all of this stuff is shown to you repeatedly, because they want you out of your mind. They want you out of they don't want you to be able to be in tune with yourself enough
Right.
to be grounded in self, to
Yeah.
not be assuaged even when what you said, that chaos, you're at
Yeah.
peace even in the midst of chaos.
Yes.
But you don't get that until you're emotionally inclined. You have to acknowledge yourself, know
Yeah.
yourself, and know yourself. That self-awareness is
Right.
key. Because
Man,
when you
yes, yes. Self-awareness is so much key. Like you said, like it starts with detoxing people. Listen,
hello.
me for my 7-day detox so you can unlock those blessings, so you can have a clear mind, so you can think straight. You can get out of that relationship. You can hear God. You can move in ways where you can stop being stuck and stagnant. It's so important. So
I
important.
love it.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I say often is spirit speaks.
Mm.
Spirit speaks.
Even the unclean ones.
Even spirit speaks, bro. That be whisper. Them
Right.
cartoons where you got the halo and the horns. Which one is? Spirit
Right.
speaks.
They do.
Uh, but I want to ask you. You say a lot about hearing God. How is it that you are able to hear God? What are some of the ways that you tune in and you're able to hear God?
Right. It is so important to hear that voice, because if you don't think that he's real. You know,
Mm,
I didn't hear nothing. I have people come to me like, I've been waiting 10 years for this. I haven't heard anything. And we don't know that we have to, back to what I was just saying, we have to fast. You
mm,
can't hear. You're pumped up on chemicals. You're hyped off sugar. You
mm,
got ADHD. You got all these diseases going on in your body. You got high blood sugar, high blood pressure. You got cancer going on. You know, you don't even know that you're creating all of these things. You have to fast and
mm,
you have to. It's so important for your journey for you to be able to hear what God is saying. How else are you going to be able to tune in into your intuition? Your gut is your intuition. So when you're bloated and you're going through inflammation, you can't hear nothing. You can't even
mm.
make stuff. You hurt. That hurts.
Yes.
That hurts, man. To have your stomach just like, bloated hurts. Like, you can't hear anything. So you have to really get clear. You have to really allow yourself to just be empty.
Mm,
Just be empty for a few days. You're not gonna miss nothing. You can always go eat a piece of fish. You can always eat your seafood boil. And it's not even just the food. You know, it's the over drinking and the over smoking and the partying and constantly having sex with people that they don't even know.
mm.
So fornicating, doing all this crazy stuff. How can you hear? You got too many people already in your ear.
Boom.
Too many. Too many. You got your friends, you got Netflix, you got social media, you got your mom. You cannot hear what God is telling you. That's why it's been 10 years, because 10 years you have been disobedient.
Mm. Oh.
I'm like, damn, I will be disappointed too. I've been waiting 10 years and I haven't done anything different.
Yeah. Let it be known. Like, one of the things that I learned is
Hmm.
when you reach out to God, when you pray, when you talk to God, right? Like
Yeah,
I said, He already set in motion what it is that's needed for you,
right.
right? You just got to get to it. And then, like you said, you keep on. Hold on. We got a bar. We got a bar.
We got a bar.
We got a bar. Mr. West, my next guest, he says FAST. It's an acronym. Focus, align, simplify, transform.
Woo! Okay, Mr. West.
Hey,
Love
that's the wordsmith. That's the wordsmith West. Yes.
Love that. Love that.
I'm gonna leave that right there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but one of the things that I learned is we say God works in mysterious ways. Well, one of these mysteries have been solved. The reason why God seems to work in a mysterious way is because He's not doing what it is that you see fit. Remember, I said, don't put God in a box.
Talk to him, Trey.
Hmm? He's
Talk
not
to him.
doing so. You say, make this person right. I remember I remember it was I think Meek Mill said, I don't know, I'm not a big Meek Mill fan, but this one stood out.
Yeah.
Said that I asked God to remove my enemies and I started losing friends.
Mm. That's actually one of the fastest prayers that work.
And one of the scariest too.
and and you know what I've learned? Before we even start calling people friends or start associating with people, we need to pray to make sure this person is in alignment with who we are in our journey. We don't
Mm,
do that. We open people, we allow people into our home and into our space, call them friends, do all this stuff with them. We need to pray to make sure this is not a monitoring spirit. This is not
Mm,
a demonic entity coming to watch and make sure you don't get no blessing.
mm.
Cause it gets deep now.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, indeed. See, power, y'all. Power. So make sure y'all do y'all detoxes. You got to detox. Be careful
Please.
what you pray for and be prepared for what you pray for
Thank you.
because God it's not that mysterious that you don't always know the answer, right? This is why you're going to God, the ubiquitous, the infinite. This is why you're going to God. If you say God, and be specific when you pray too. If you say God, you know, I don't know, my car on its last leg. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, God got another vehicle in store for you, or some way that this is going to get restored somehow, whatever. I remember I didn't want to give up my baby. I had that car for I don't know how long. I said I was
Wow.
going to ride till the wheels fall off, and I'll be damned if it didn't. The wheel came off while I was driving.
Oh my God.
The wheel came literally. I'm on Broad Street, 4 lanes. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? And that
mm.
wheel, I'm in the car looking at the wheel, just I was like, oh my goodness.
The will literally be careful what you ask for now.
Be
He
careful what
gave
you ask
he
for.
told God what he was gonna do, and in
Mm,
order for God to move in your life to give you a new car, that actually had to happen.
exactly. Exactly. If
Yeah,
everything happens for a reason, there's no such thing as a coincidence.
right.
So it wasn't by coincidence because it was also God, because this was high traffic. It was also God. Nobody hit brakes or nothing. This tire just went right across and it was a new Chipotle they just built. You know how they got them glass fronts now?
Uh-huh.
So you silly in the chat. You know how they got them
He done
glass
went
fronts.
crazy.
And this tire went through all 4 lanes without hitting no cars, no brakes, no skirt, no none of that. Nobody
Uh,
swerved out the way. Nothing happened. It was as if it wasn't even there. It hit the curb and then
uh-huh.
it started going to the glass front. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it can't go through. And it got right to the glass, spun out, stopped right there. And I was like, okay, okay. And it like, yo,
Yeah,
like God was just showing like I
yeah.
got
He
you. I
he
got
didn't
you.
want to harm nobody in the midst.
You
He,
know?
he just wanted to show you, like, I got another car for you now. If you want me to come off, we can keep it rolling.
Right, right. And
Yeah,
so it's not that much of a mystery. It's just not always what you is hardly ever what you expect should
no,
be what happens.
that's so true. Because I even have a car testimony of how
Yeah.
God placed in me, in front of me, a new car. What I wanted, but it was better than what I expected.
Mm,
Yep,
come on.
yep, way better,
Come on now.
better.
Mr. West says, facts. A lot of so called friends are just trauma bonds we hold on to because we have similar environments and circumstances. If that ain't a true statement, I don't know what is.
Man, Mr. West, talk to him. Think, like, especially people who have a lot of people around them, they don't
mm,
know this is happening in their circle and in their life.
mm.
Can't.
Sipsy.
Hey, if y'all looking for juices, freshly made, I make juices
I love it.
for your
I
fat.
love it.
Hit me up.
Quick sidebar. I do this because self-aware. Um, I acknowledge when my energy is off and I talk to God in my silence. That's one of the reasons why I wake up in the dark of the morning, in the silence of the day, right? I love it. It's peaceful and I could really just unwind.
Yeah.
Um and that's when I do the most talking. So I talk to him anytime all throughout the day, but that's when I do the most talking to him, right? I talk to God in the morning. So sips juice. I I acknowledge, there are moments when my energy is off and I don't know exactly why. I can't pinpoint it, right?
Yeah.
And when I unwind, I'd be like, you know what? Let me challenge myself, because then I start to recalibrate. Like, what has happened over
Yeah.
the past few days? What has been my cycle? What has been repeated? You
Right.
know, that's ain't no reason I should wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You should
Exactly.
acknowledge that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Should.
You,
You really should.
especially if you wake up with gratitude and you're grateful for life, to have life, you shouldn't be on the wrong side of the bed. You're on the right side of the earth.
I know that.
So you know what I mean. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna
Mm.
challenge myself, and my challenge was, let me try to go 24 hours at least with no complaints. I'm talking about no complaints.
Mm. Mm.
And as soon as I hit the workplace, I realized how many people runs up to me to complain.
Oh my.
Like, just randomly comes to me. Oh, this is messed up. Or this ain't gonna go good today. Or you could
Mm.
expect that to go wrong. And it's like, chill.
Yeah, yeah, I'm on a no complaint week. I don't want to hurt yours because I'm trying to eliminate mine.
And it makes me realize, like, if you're this comfortable with coming to me with these complaints, I must be feeding that. It must be
Mhm.
something for me to be attracting that, right?
So you got
So,
your answer.
mm,
Ooh, that's powerful.
boom,
That's so powerful.
that's
That
it.
man, you got to get the drop mic sound or something like.
Yeah, I do gotta get it, bro. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go. That is so powerful. Oh my God. Like, because you asked for it. You
Yeah.
was like, let me see where this is coming from. And when you went to work, you realized it was coming from the workplace. Allow
Mm-hmm.
people to be comfortable coming to you, complaining about every little thing. And you probably unconsciously complaining with them.
Just going with the flow.
Yeah, going with the flow. Yep.
You
We
know what
got
I
to be
mean?
careful of that. We got to be careful of what we do in the workplace, because sometimes these jobs can create low vibrational, give us
Mm-hmm.
low vibration that we don't
Yep.
want, especially
Yep.
if you work at McDonald's.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm just saying, get out of there.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
being self-aware, you start to be more aware and cautious of your environments, you know what I mean? So even though I'm in this environment that could be pretty toxic, I'm not ingesting it. So
right.
now, I emphasize the reason why they call me Smiley. They call me Smiley because within the first 2 weeks of me getting hired at this job, they
Yeah,
literally put a money pool, a bet out of when my smile was going to break. I'm coming up on 2 years now, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, that smile is not going nowhere. Y'all should have let me know about this bet. I would have
yeah. You would
could
put
have
some
got
money up
some.
with them.
Right. You know what I
Collect my
mean?
fund.
Like, I'm not losing this smile. Y'all not gonna you can't take my smile away.
But that just shows you how sometimes 9 to 5s can be so toxic.
It is.
Yeah, it's like going to high school.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. Every time I've tried to work a job, by the grace of God, I got fired. I, every job I'd have been in, and I never lasted longer than 6 months.
Mm.
And I always wanted to know why. I'm like, why I can't work? Why I can't keep no job? Why I can't keep no job? But then I started embracing my journey that that's not my path. You know,
Mm.
that it's just not my path. And it doesn't and this is not me trying to stray anyone away from that 9 to 5, because we all have different journeys.
Mm-hmm.
You can last in there, last as long as you can. But for me, baby, God gave me that way out.
'Cause I make it look good. I make it some
Yeah,
people I make it look easy. It's like, yo, look at how much he's doing here. And I
yeah,
also got Shine. Shout out to Shine. And
yeah.
then it's like, yo, you a husband too? And you gotta work. Like, yo, it
That's
could
what
be a
I'm saying.
lot.
Yeah. It's that
It-
balance. You offer that balance. That's beautiful.
right. You know what I mean? Balance, self-awareness, spiritual enlightenment, all that good stuff. So Tony.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may. I'm an open book.
Love it, love it. So, if
I,
you were,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. In a few seconds, I will have to go get my charger. That's it.
go
I,
ahead, go ahead, get your charger.
I'm going to run and get it. I'll be right back. Keep them entertained for me.
I got you. Let's play around with some sound effects. I entertain myself. Anybody who's here from Instagram, shout out to y'all. Much love to y'all. I see Mr. Utley said, in hotels, we were raised on smiling and greeting every guest. If the first don't smile, try the second, the third. You control the atmosphere, not others. That is what I want to emphasize. That is what I want to emphasize. If you want your comments to show up on the live, then you come over to the YouTube. Hey, Meaty. Yes. Hey, Meaty, you gonna be up here too, man. Remember, I talked to you. It was been about 3 years ago. Tried to get you to go live. You had the jitters. You said no. How many times you been live? Oh, okay. So yeah, you coming up on here too. We gonna talk tomorrow. We gonna talk tomorrow. And you too, Mr. West. We got our conversation tomorrow, and we just got a lot of beautiful things in the works, man. But that's what I wanted to emphasize, Mr. Utley, is you control the atmosphere, not others. And it's crazy how toxic of the workplace it could be. It's
Right.
crazy like how, like numbers don't matter. Like it doesn't matter how many other people are toxic. It doesn't matter how many other people are complaining. You control the atmosphere. Everybody who comes in my presence, this is what I learned. Like
Mm,
they came to me with complaints, but they
right.
never left complaining.
Mm,
Everybody who was upset usually wind up laughing. We can laugh. If you can laugh at your situation, do you know how much more likely you are to conquer it?
right. That's so true. That is so true.
You feel me? Says on camera shot. Man, you love the camera, and the camera loves you. I'll be seeing you up here one day soon. We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
Yeah.
Cause all that power, man. We're gonna put some of this power out to the world, man. Even
Bigger,
more so.
bigger than what you look like on camera.
Hmm.
Hmm. I
Hmm.
realized that too. Even when some episodes you look back, I ain't look my best, but you know what? I had to put it out anyway because it was bigger than me. The message itself was just bigger than me.
Love it.
Yeah.
She come back swinging.
Yeah.
I was playing around with the sound effects. Let's see. Oh man, my wife hates that sound. I'm gonna have to get another sound bite. But yes, Tony B.
I am back.
Yes, in the building. Thank you for being with us. I wanted to ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
If you were broadcast on a live in front of an audience of 1 billion viewers,
Mm-hmm.
what would be your one message you would want to share with the world?
Mm. Okay. I like that one. My one message that I would like to share with the world in front of everyone is baby, get a relationship with God. Because you need it. Life is crazy. You need protection. you need a relationship with your father. That's
Mm,
my message. Have a relationship with God. Like, because if you, how many people? How many people you said?
a billion.
You know how many people I can bring God, I can send God to? Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I'm gonna say. Like, at that point, I gotta use my authority and power to just bring more lightness. So I would definitely no, but seriously, I would encourage people to have a relationship with God, because if I'm in front of a billion people, that
Mhm.
means that I have conquered discipline. I
Woo.
have conquered obedience. I have allowed God to work through me and in me to the point where I can be in front of a billion people, and I
Yes.
share that message in front of a billion people. And just like I can be here, I'm gonna tell other people you can be here too, through God,
Yes.
through God. He wouldn't let me say nothing else. Nothing else was they say.
It's just a laugh. It's the laugh.
He would not let me say anything.
Yes. Miss Meady says, Miss Hines says, she went to elementary school with you.
Yes, I do remember her. I actually was looking a little bit in the chat and I see, hey, that's the one that say, hey, cousin. Now,
Yeah.
that's not your cousin. So she got to be talking
Um,
about me.
uh, yeah. That's my cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin.
That, that's cuz. We
Okay,
was raised as cousins. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Yep. We went to school together. We definitely did. Um, and seeing each other at some events. I think at the Boys and Girls Club, I seen her. I didn't get a chance to speak to her. So how beautiful. But I did see you. I see you working hard, school teacher.
Yeah. Man, she doing a lot. She has the Heinz RVA Foundation, and that's one of the main nonprofits that aim and shine closely works with sponsors, all of that good stuff.
That's
Um, and because of her, we have had the privilege. I have had the privilege to be able to be in direct link with some of the youth, some of the students that's transitioning to college, some of the students
yeah,
that's you know, moving up in
yeah,
life, just to be able to show them and be a representation that,
yeah,
you don't have to be in a box. You don't have to just work. You don't have to stay
right.
in the projects. You don't have to, you know what I mean?
Oh,
You don't
seriously.
have to be
No,
limited.
you don't have to limit yourself, and you shouldn't limit yourself, and shouldn't allow people to limit yourself. Shouldn't. Don't let anybody limit you. I'm sorry. We,
You good? What you been? You popping over there?
freaking. I'm trying to fix my charger, y'all. There we go. Okay, I'm good.
Awesome. Your one message is have a relationship with God. I
Yeah.
remember you saying similar message pretty much under the same work, and you said uh be under God's protection.
Ooh. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. People don't know that this is not a physical fight. This is a spiritual fight.
The spiritual warfare.
Spiritual everywhere, every time. Anytime you allow the enemy to come in and make you depressed, make you
Mm,
eat certain stuff. You got to recognize that you need that protection over your life, and it's not through getting guns and shooting and fighting. It's through prayer. It's
mm,
through becoming a prayer warrior. Man, when I thought the answer was to go beat her up,
yeah.
but God showed me no, the answer is to pray for her, and I will remove her away from you and
Mm,
out of your life. That is so much power in that. We got to recognize that, man, it's a spiritual battle that we fight and that we don't see every day. the enemy is trying to attack us and keep us small, keep us in this box. It
Mm,
ain't God that's keeping you in the box, it's the enemy.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me today, was I a pastor? I guess I'm getting there.
We'll see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
I like that. We're whether we know it or not, you are in spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Uh Mr. West has a comment.
Yes.
Absolutely. Everything physical has a spiritual component or counterpart.
Mm.
Improve the spiritual side, the physical has to improve automatically.
Now, why would he want to keep all of that information locked up? He got to show. He got to share with his audience the warfare they're going through. He got
Hmm.
to be the leader for his audience.
Absolutely. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So um this is one of the things that I tell people, especially when it comes to the slogan, you can't have community without communication. Communication is so important because uh the tongue is the sword of the Lord.
Ooh.
So yeah, so you can't have community without communication. That's one of the ways that we've been separated. And I
Mm.
also I was just riding one day. I was in my mother-in-law's car. She had the Bible station. She had the gospel station on,
Yeah.
and it was a quick little message where he said, the devil's purpose is to separate. He said, Diablo, if you break that down, that word down, it means the one who separates. So
Mm.
you imagine that every time that you're separated from God, that's when you're doing, you start to dwell in sin, you start to dwell in the flesh. Then when you separate the household, that's when the family breaks apart. When you separate, the mind, body, and spirit, now your whole being is off. You know what I'm saying? That's separation.
Yeah.
When you separate the community, now
Mm.
we're at war with each other. Come on.
Right.
And
Right.
and you can't have community without communication. So that's why that is so important to me.
Right.
And I realize the importance of using your words and
Mm.
showing your intentions
Yeah.
instead of just being so quick to react and act out of body.
Mm.
I even been in
That's
a
powerful.
situation. Thank you. I even been in a situation to where I've had guns in my face, and the ones who had guns in my face, I wasn't afraid of what they might do. I
Right.
was upset because I had the opportunity to look them in the eyes. And
Right.
when I looked them in the eyes, I saw so much of a reflection of me and my younger self. And I said, yo, it's not worth it, bro. They went to rob me. I was like, yo, it's not worth it, bro. Anything you get off of me, it's not worth it. I didn't even call the cops. I was like, yo, because I prayed on it automatically. I was like,
Mm.
yo, I
Mm.
know it's gonna happen.
Oh,
I
they're gonna
know,
karma.
yeah. And
They're
and
gonna get it.
karma, karma, I also learned is not, karma is a bitch, but karma is only a bitch when you being a bitch, because karma is what goes around comes around. So
Absolutely.
karma is also when you putting out them godly entities, when you also putting out the positivity, the optimism, it comes back triple fold.
Yes. Seriously. It really do.
You know what I
It
mean?
really do. You
So
know?
I automatically in that moment, in that quick transaction, one of the guys, at least one of the guys, I know both of them was affected by my demeanor. I wasn't afraid, and I got
Mhm.
upset because I'm telling them like, "Yo, you are doing something that somebody else has put you up to. This isn't y'all plan to come rob me." You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the getaway car is the one that told y'all to go do this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
Yeah.
dude that's around the corner sitting and waiting, he sent y'all on this mission, and he
Yeah.
doesn't care about y'all's well-being, and I do. In this moment, I do. And I showed them that by being able to talk to him real quickly, just saying, no, like this ain't worth it, bro. Like
Yeah.
whatever you think you about to get off of me, yo, we hiring. I can
Yeah.
get you a job. You can
Put in
get
the application, fool.
yo, like you can get so much more just by doing things the right way. Like
Yeah.
anyway, even in that instant, I still was able to communicate, and I saw like I ain't never expressed this to nobody, but I kind of got like a thank you when one of the because it was two guys that robbed me, and the second guy didn't even know what they was robbing me for.
Mm.
And when I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop fighting it because I was trying to talk to him. I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop fighting it. Here you go. I went ahead, gave it to him, and he looked at me. He was like, "Is this it?"
What you thought you was gonna get? $1 million?
You know what I'm saying? He looked. He was like confirming. Like I'm like, you don't even know what you. And I kind of, you know me. I still laughed. Like
Yeah.
you cannot break my smile. You cannot. If I've had guns in my face, literally,
Hmm.
and I still laugh and smile, please don't think that you could take it away.
Yeah, seriously. Because I mean, the thing is, people don't even know that they're being used by unclean spirits. They
Come
don't
on
even
now.
know. Because everything has its purpose. Just like some people can argue and say there's no good, there's no bad. Because
Hmm.
the bad serves its purpose. The bad,
Mm.
you don't even know that you're being used by the enemy to try to destroy someone else's life, which makes you 10 times more weaker.
Woo.
Makes you so weak. Because you're not even aware that you're causing harm to another person's life. And even if you're not aware, you don't even care that you're doing it.
Yeah,
One day you got to think like, why did I do that?
that's what I'm saying.
Why
That's
why
what I'm
why
saying.
did I do that? We got to start asking ourselves, why? That's the big question of the day. Why? Not
Right.
looking for your why or your purpose in life, but why do you do the things that you do? And
Thanks.
you will see soon that you are being used. You.
Say super weak. It's super weak. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it's conditioning, man. That's why if whether you notice it or not, it's spiritual warfare. And just like the body, just like the mind, the spirit is also a muscle that you have to build. And you
Yeah,
do that by repeatedly. It's a repeated thing, a daily thing, a daily activity, a daily practice, and getting your spirit right, getting your mind right, and getting your body right. These are the three components to a whole being: mind, body, and spirit. So when you work on those things, each area is always improving. Hello?
uh-oh, talk to him.
Hello? Now you said be under God's protection. I want to ask you, what's the difference between God's protection and man's protection?
Ooh. That's a great question. God protection is not comfortable. Not
Mm. Mm.
comfortable to have faith and allow something you cannot see to protect you. It's comfortable to go run and go get a gun. It's
Mm.
comfortable to go run and fight every time you got a problem with somebody.
Mm.
That's man's protection. Man gonna tell you, man, go to what's the gun store?
All of it was that. You can go to Bass Pro. You can go to what's the green top?
Yeah, green top. Top. Yeah. They man gonna tell you go to Green Top, get you a registered gun. Or if it ain't registered, you can't get a registered gun because you got a felony if that's still a law or whatever. Um go steal you one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
man is going to tell you to do things that really don't provide protection at
Come
all.
on, come on.
It provides a way in the jail. It provides a way in the grave. That's
Mm.
the man way is going to drive you right somewhere you don't want to be. But with God, with praying and knowing that even if I can't see God, even if sometimes I can't hear God, I'm
Mm.
protected.
Mm.
There's there was this one time my daughter had got into it with some kids,
Yeah.
and she like, oh, they gonna come over here and they gonna bake me and da da da. And I'm like, we don't serve no God like that. We, we don't operate in fear. We don't serve a God where He gonna allow something like this to happen to us. So let's calm down. Let's pray. And I had to pray too because I'm like, these kids come over here. I told God, look, I don't want to hurt nobody child now. I
Right.
ain't trying to be on the internet doing
You're
crazy.
you're a spiritual warrior, though.
Yeah. So I asked him, I was like, are they going to come over here? He said, no. Tell me why. 5 minutes later, it started raining and thundering. They
Mm.
make it over here even if they wanted to. Even if they wanted to. So
Yeah.
it's just knowing. It's just knowing that there's always another way, and the protection it's better. It feels uncomfortable again to just believe in something you can't see, or to think that, man, this guy got me. How? How? I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Mm,
word out, but just let that go and know if you pray about it,
mm.
this shall come to pass.
Boom.
Mm.
I love it, man. I do got to give me a mic drop sound, man. I'm gonna give you the go ahead, give you a round of applause.
Oh,
Yes, yes, Tony. I hope y'all listen, man. I hope y'all can feel all of this power,
yes.
young lady. I appreciate y'all the spiritual enlightenment, all the Jews dropped tonight, man. All the connections. I
Yeah.
mean, it has been awesome. So we are coming up on the end. Before we head out, I wanted to ask you one more question, Tony.
Okay.
What would be your what would you want the audience to leave with tonight? What do you want the people to know? What it is that you would want them to do? Is there a CTA, a call to action for the audience tonight?
Okay. I like that question. Call of action. What would I want them to know?
Hmm.
Um, I would want them to know that you matter and you have
Mm.
confidence to overcome all of these situations that you're going through in your life.
Mm.
Because as I was speaking with Trey before, I told him everything that has happened to you has happened to someone else. The only difference is the perspective. I grew I grew up with no mom, no dad, and I can meet thousands of people whose story is the exact same. But the difference is how I thrive with no mom and no dad.
Mm.
So you have the power is within you. It's always within you. Pray on it. Ask for patience. Ask for peace. Ask for it to be revealed to you, and it shall come to pass.
Hello.
You got the power. You are powerful. You have the authority to move the way that you want to move. You have the authority to get out of that relationship. You have the authority to leave any situation that does not serve your mental health. Mm,
Mm.
mm. And that's all I have.
So you don't have to stay at that job, bro. I
Yeah.
would, as a guy, I would recommend that, you go ahead and start filling out applications before you just walk out the door. But,
Hmm.
you know,
That
you
too.
don't have to stay, be
Yeah,
prepared for what you pray for.
that's true. That's true. I wanted to say that, but I don't. I've often been told that I be trying to lead people away from their 9 to 5, and I don't want to do. I'm not here to motivate anyone to leave their 9 to 5.
Right. I ain't telling you just jump out on the whim.
Right,
If you're gonna jump out on faith, make sure that the faith is there. Don't
man,
just do
strong.
it on the whim.
Strong.
You
You
know what I
know what I'm saying?
mean?
You can't be weak when you do something. You can't be weak in faith when you do something like that. You're absolutely right. Your faith has to be strong.
Mm,
Mm.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Well, if there's anything else you would love to say to the audience, there's your chance. Is there any promoting you want to do? If you want to, yeah, yeah, Wes. I told you he a wordsmith. To have an exit plan. Don't just exit. Plan for this. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
don't want to just go be out on your butt, but you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in the worst predicament
Mhm.
and just, oh, God gonna fix it. God gonna fix it, but you still gonna have to deal with the consequences of your actions too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
make an
You
exit
have
plan.
to,
Yeah,
but you'll get through it. There is something that I would like to say before exiting. Um,
please.
Again, as I shared before, I'm doing my 7-day detox and cleanse. If you are looking to have your breakthrough, because we are coming into a new season and blessings are being released, and the way that you can hear and understand the instructions of God to get your blessing, your new house, your new car, your new job, your new relationship, whatever that looks like for you, you gotta fast to hear what God is telling you to do. Because if you don't get it, somebody else gonna get it,
Hmm.
and you don't want nobody else to get your blessing. So do what you need to do and join me. Every day I'm posting a video talking about fasting and just scriptures to keep you afloat. So make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get that word. Get
Yeah,
that word.
there we go.
That's it.
I love it. Well, Tony B, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank
You
you.
have been amazing. Amazing. Okay. You have I think you showed out. This is definitely gonna be one. I can't wait to repost it. I'm definitely gonna share it with more people.
Me
Um
too.
and you did wonderful, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Look, this was a purposeful conversation. Very- Man, you helped me on my fast because my daughter cooked. I was thinking
Mm.
in my head, but I was like, I can't go in that kitchen. I can't. I'm going straight to sleep.
Right.
You helped me steer away from what was on my mind because I got to be strong right now. So, but yeah, I really do thank you. This was a great conversation. I'm going to share it too. Send me some clips. I edit it. Um, and continue to post them because I want to post it on my YouTube as well.
Absolutely. I got you. I got you. And I'm gonna handle all of that on the back end. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I
okay.
got you. All right. Well, until the next time, and I'll be seeing you shortly in person. And we will get our workout on all that. Anybody who wants to get, we do a group workout every Sunday at the steps at Libby Hill in Richmond, Virginia. If
Yeah.
you're out here, you would love to join us on that workout. It's free and it's open to everybody. It says, "Great job, family. We appreciate you too, Mr. West. Look forward to going live with you."
Thanks for sticking around. That's a commitment right there. They stuck with this whole 2 hour long live.
Conversation and hey, held
They
a
stay
strong out.
consistent.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I love that. Look, Mr. West, we're gonna need for you to come on here and share this knowledge that you got, man. Don't gatekeep. Don't gatekeep. You know too much. You know too much, man. We need to hear from you. We need to hear from more great people. And you're wonderful. You're powerful. Share your word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, use use your word, use your voice to tell your story. I
please.
love it.
Yes.
Well, until the next time, Tony, you be great. Much love, and I'll be seeing you. Okay.
You too. Love y'all.
mm. Man, I hope y'all felt all that power. I'm gonna express this comment that's over on Instagram. Anybody on that watches from Instagram, Facebook, I can't always see your comments, and I would love to be able to include them in the chat and show them on the screen as we've been doing. Um, so you have to come over to YouTube to be able to do that. Subscribe to the YouTube, get the notifications that we're going live. If you'd like to be a power person and be a guest on the live, we can make that happen as well. Can't have community without communication, and it's just a conversation. So let's talk. I wanted to express these last comments that's over on Instagram. Mr. Utley says, "Why is the most important question. but critical thinking should be taught to children, not rote learning. Hello? Taught George Washington before your own humanity. Craziness, right? And he says a good manager can also help you. And in quotations, he says, let me help you find what you're looking for. It ain't here. It ain't here. And I love that too. I appreciate you, Mr. Utley. I appreciate you, Mr. Utley. Thank you all for being around. Let's see. He said he getting the books. Yeah. Yeah, man. My guy, Mr. West. Everybody that has tuned in to this live, I do appreciate you all. We have held one of the larger audiences that we've had so far this night, and this is one of the longest interviews I've done. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, from the top of my heart, with my whole heart. Much love to all of you all. All of her links are in the description. Please go subscribe to her YouTube, the Tony B Talk Show on YouTube. You will see more from her. AIM will be joining the Tony B Talk Show. We'll be seeing, a lot more involvement and just being able to plug in with Miss Spiritual Enlightenment herself. Okay. Continue to watch her journey unfold as I will. And man, what else is there to say, man? I just appreciate everyone on this day, on this night, man. We always improving. And when you keep that it becomes light, right? Be self-aware. Understand that there is spiritual warfare out here, whether you like it or not, whether you agree to it, whether you subscribe to it or not, it is. So you got to check your spirit and make sure that you clean, make sure that your faith is strong and you standing 10 toes in your belief so that you can carry on. God does not falter, so neither should you. So y'all stay strong out there, my brothers, my sisters. I love all of y'all. I appreciate it. Again, I can't express that enough. I'm just like thrilled. I am overwhelmed with tonight. Like, this has been amazing. And I'll be seeing y'all on the next one, okay? Any topics that y'all would like to discuss, anything, please reach out to me. I respond to comments, all of the above, man. On all the platforms, everything. Much love to everybody. Peace.